Harold, played by Ian Smith, is one of Neighbours' most beloved characters, having appeared on the show on and off since 1987. The former Ramsay Street resident bowed out of the Channel 5 soap in 2009 in a regular capacity, but he has never been forgotten as his name has been associated with the cafe located on the Lassiter's Hotel complex for years. During his time on the program, the legend was put in a number of perilous situations, but he always made it out alive in the end. In a fitting end to the show, he could reveal he is dying and wanted to visit the place he called home for so many years one final time. Following the news the program was coming to an end after 37 years last month, it was reported the actor who plays Harold, Ian, had signed up to feature in the final few episodes. Despite production ending in June, which will mean the last installments will be broadcast in August, the soap star is already back on set. To mark the show's 37th birthday earlier this week, Ian featured in a video posted on the official Twitter page for Neighbours. Standing in front of his character's cafe, the actor said after letting out a big sigh, "Happy birthday, Neighbours, on your 37th birthday." It is known the soap filmed scenes 3 months before they are aired, so it is likely Harold will be making his return around June/July time. Writers have been busy planning how many current residents' stories will come to an end, but they have also been eager to give updates/bring a close to former characters' lives. In a new theory by Express.co.uk, Harold could reunite with the likes of Carl Kennedy, Alan Fletcher, Susan Kennedy, Jackie Woodburn, Toadie Rebecca, Ryan Maloney, and Paul Robinson, Stefan Dennis. Although he could come back under the guise he wanted to check on the cafe since Toadie Rebecca, Sharon Johal, left Ramsay Street, there could be a more heartbreaking reason he is back. The iconic character could explain to his friends he is dying and only has a few short weeks left to live, and he would like to spend his time taking a trip down memory lane. One of the final scenes of the finale could be Harold passing away surrounded by his loved ones, marking the end of the program as well. Harold's death would look back on the past, living in the moment in the present and looking ahead to the future as some newer characters pay tribute to the character once he dies. This is how the writers and producers have wanted the show to end after the news Channel 5 had pulled its funding of the show. Executive producer, Jason Herbison said of the finale, "Ramsay Street is eternal and I like to think it will live on in the hearts and minds of the viewers, long after the final scene. I would never, ever blow it up. The ending will be a celebration of the past and the present, with the door very much left open for a future," he told TV Tonight. Jason also touched upon bringing some former Ramsay Street residents back into the drama before the show ends this summer. The executive producer explained, "One of my great joys has been to bring back many former characters in recent years, which is something the show seemed reluctant to do prior. So I'm definitely hoping some of these faces return along with others we haven't been able to lure back until now. I feel very strongly that the end must equally be a celebration of the current cast. Carl, Susan, Toadie and Paul have earned a very rightful place, front and center. These 4 characters could be the ones who help Harold look back on the past, having been at the very core of the program over the past 37 years. How well do you know your British soaps? How many times has Ian Beale been married in EastEnders? What is the name of Bianca Jackson and Ricky Butcher's son on EastEnders? On EastEnders in 2002, who accidentally ran Jamie Mitchell over in his car which caused his death? How many times has Corey's Steve MacDonald been married? What happened to Emily Bishop in Coronation Street? Who murdered Maxine Peacock in Coronation Street in 2003? Which incident in 1993 killed off 4 characters in Emmerdale? When did the show stop being known as Emmerdale Farm? On what day did Hollyoaks air its first episode? What was the name of the much-loved Coronation Street pet dog who was put down in April 2020 after 14 years? 1996 saw the arrival of one of Hollyoaks' all-time bad boys and rival of Kurt Benson, but who is he? Who is the longest-serving character on Coronation Street? Who shot Phil in EastEnders? How many fires have there been at Corey's Rover's return? Get out of my pub, you're no Soaps fan. You're either too young to remember the big lines or have better things to do on weekday evenings. Casual viewer, you watch them sometimes so you kinda know what's been going on. Die-hard fan, you love watching the soaps so much your entire week is planned around when they air. Speaking on ITV's This Morning last month, the actor who plays Carl, Alan, discussed Ian's return to the program as Harold. The soap star said, "I can't give away any spoilers on that yet, but that's going to be the joy of those last episodes. Just sitting there and going, oh look who's here. I do know that it has been announced the wonderful Harold Bishop will return to Ramsay Street towards the end of the show. Someone from Carl's sordid past is definitely coming back, and there are many, many other names in the pot. I can assure you that the producers are working very, very hard to try and entice some of the most loved characters from Neighbours to at least make some appearances," he added. So could Harold also be the instigator behind the face from Carl's past returning to Ramsay Street? Fans are certainly eager to see Harold again and want to know what he has been up to during his time away from Ramsay Street. Taking to Twitter, viewer Gary wrote, "I'm going to miss Harold the most. Let's all have a disco." Posted, "Looks like Harold and Scott will be returning for the big #Neighbours finale." Natalie added, "So glad we'll get to see Harold one last time. If this is really the end, they should have Scott and Charlene by Sheila's house and they literally just show up in the last scene moving back into the old Robinson house. #Neighbours #Save Neighbours. Will viewers be shedding a few tears if Harold does end up dying?